Theme music.
Scoop doo, blah-ba-dee blue, yeah, yeah, yeah. Scoop dee, oh yeah.
Just regular black coffee. I like my women like I like my coffee, in a cup. That's an old Christmas joke. Find my EpiPen.
What are you allergic to?
Everything. Bad stories, intimate eye contact, whores who don't give you a heads up about their sexual past. Again, I like to keep it light around this time of season. I appreciate the straw and the hospitality. You know, that was one of the first words I learned how to spell as a young child. A young boy. A fat boy, mind you. All the fat jokes do take a toll after a while, though, I've got to be honest. It's like, hey, you want some cookies or a titty fuck? And I go, all right, hey, let's just get through this recital, Grandpa.
Okay, well, here we go.
Check, check, 1, 2. Mrs. Claus, Mrs. Claus. Check, check, 1, 2. Alimony, check, check, 1, 2. Divorce papers, check, check. Judge Judy, favorite show, Judge Judy. My vocal warm-up consists of my saying what my favorite things are if I was on my deathbed. Right before my kids pull the plug, I'm going to say, WWJD. What would WWJJD. What would Judge Judy do? Judge Judy and Scooby-Doo, by the way, are my two passwords if I ever get involved in some sort of, you know, what is it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Not bukkake. It's, orgy. But like I was saying, hospitality was the first big word I remember spelling as a child. There's so many words these days that I have to Google. Onomatopoeia, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you can spell that, boy, I'll let you drive the fucking sleigh next season. That's what I told Rudolph. Rudolph can talk, by the way. I give most of my reindeer Valium or CBD gummies before we take flight. It's more natural. Also, they're just bored as fuck up there. They've been doing it for, I don't know, since the beginning of time. Christmas has been around for quite some time. Don't tell Kanye that, though. Yeah, Kanye, it's nice that I don't have to worry about him. It's like, hey, you say everything you want to about the Jews, just leave Santa out of it. I mean, you know, it's also bad what he says about the Jews, but I don't know. To me, I'm always like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. He says he loves Jews, and then he says he loves Hitler. That's like me saying I love grilled cheese, but I also like taking showers with little boys. You can't do it all. Merry Christmas, Rick. Great to see you.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for coming on over, Santa.
Big fan. First time in person, long time listener. Not in person. We'll be right back.
Theme music.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, Adam.
What's up?
As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists available 100% online. Plus, it's affordable.
Love that.
I could tell you go to therapy. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you could easily switch to a new therapist anytime. And guess what?
What?
It couldn't be simpler.
Cool.
No waiting rooms, no traffic.
Is there endless searching for the right therapist?
Nope. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TYSO. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TYSO. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
Listening to Audible on Alexa is the perfect hands-free companion when you're cooking, cleaning, or guess what?
What?
Also when you're relaxing around this holiday season.
Nice.
You can ask Alexa to read your book, change narration speed, and even get a recommendation from her. Here's the thing that I have listened to, and it's pretty cool. Alexa customers can listen to A Christmas Carol narrated by Hugh Grant on Alexa for free the entire month in December. Just say, Alexa, read A Christmas Carol. Offer only available in the U.S.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Adam, I just had the best time on your About Last Night podcast.
Rick, every time you come on the About Last Night podcast,
We finish each other's sentences.
sentences.
And if you want to watch About Last Night, head on over to www.ebay.com and search Adam Ray is a funny boy.
Thanks, Mom.
I'm having a great time so far.
Santa, you normally, I remember from the Christmas book, a jolly old man smoking a pipe. Mm-hmm. Would you like to take a hit of a pipe?
Look, I have been a long-time fan of drugs. Let's just get that out of the way. From ever since I was, the North Pole is a place where, look, there's not a lot going on. It's almost like living in Omaha,
Santa,
Nebraska.
I'm going to try and slow you down a little bit.
Fine.
All right, let's just slow
I had
down.
a sugar-free Red Bull at 6 a.m.
Okay.
And I went to bed at 4, so I'm a little loopy-doopy, as the kids say.
Yes.
But no, I do like the occasional puff. I like the occasional cocktail. The North Pole, again, is like growing up in the Midwest. You start drinking when you're 12, and you start fucking when you're 15.
Is that what it's like in the Northwest?
The Midwest. The Northwest is all... They've got Amazon up there, and which is my biggest rival currently. Fuck those guys. And they treat their employees like dog shit. But you're 2 clicks away from paper towels, so...
Christmas is a little more than a week away, and I can imagine you're a little stressed.
My arms are tired.
But I can imagine you're a little stressed.
Yes.
What's that like? Is that why you're behaving the way? I mean, the energy on you right now is palpable.
Yes, I get what the doctor calls HPV tension headaches, where when you get overwhelmed. I mean, trying to be the guy. I imagine what Michael Jordan felt in game anything of any finals ever.
You got me. I once, when I was a boy, I asked for a action figure or a toy or doll of Michael Jordan, and this is
Are you selling the movie rights to this story?
This is what you brought me.
Jordan brought you that?
You, when I was a kid, I asked.
Don't expect me to remember every fucking doll I bring.
I'm telling you, I asked for a Michael Jordan doll, and you gave me this.
Well, that's the closest thing we had in stock.
Then how come the next year you got me this?
Well, I was overcompensating. I know you wanted some sort of, black doll. But look, the Urkel dolls were a real popular item for us for quite some time. But, as the saying goes, no Christmas is Christmas without
Christmas.
Without Christmas.
Speaking of Urkel and
read my
basketball, I want to know the show reboot, if you are going to give them coal for them stealing my basketball Urkel joke.
Do you know that people don't want to come to the game when they know you're coming?
Why doesn't anybody tell me that?
Oh! Did I do that? Whoopsies. Urkel, bitch.
Nah, this dude's straight up Urkel.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
You heard me. Urkel.
Did I do that?
I am phenomenal. I got big balls. I got a cool guy haircut. I got...
Get that mess out of here. That ain't kosher. What's wrong with you?
Oh, shit.
Swiping back, huh?
Yeah. Oh, those swipe backs are really, it's like, you ever seen Step Up to the Streets 2?
I have it.
So we have a lot of downtime when we're wrapping presents. I'd like
Hold
to put
on,
another
hold on.
shot in your fucking mouth.
No,
Rick.
I'm
the guest.
Before we get away from the
It's a
dolls,
great story. Great. I brought you a doll. Who gives a shit?
I have a doll for you to say thank you.
Oh.
That's
The floor is yours.
Now, this is something that Sam the Hawk Toys, I don't know if you could see, there's an I Am Phenomenal version. We'll put up a picture right over there.
Yes.
But he made one of two of my favorite characters. One is Wolverine, and the other is a comedian.
Dolly Parton.
No, his name's Adam Ray. Have you heard of him?
Great guy, yes. You know, that is when his folks were together, he used to write me letters saying, I only do Hanukkah, but I'd love to have some Christmas toys as well. So I would bring him, you know, and he was a real fat boy. So I'd bring him, you know, cupcakes or chocolate-covered crayons, and he, you know,
Covered.
But he was very always. His notes were nice, and I think he's on YouTube. But I digress.
So that's from Sam the Hawk Toys.
Well, look,
he makes custom toys, and
I'm
just
fragile.
Open it. Just open it.
Okay, great.
Let's get to it.
I'll be honest. No one's ever given me a present before. I don't want to get overly emotional, but in my position, it's all gimme, 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 shimmy, 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 gimme, gimme, gibbler. And I get tired of that. I know what I do, I know who I am, and I know the effect and impact I have on people, but I'll tell you this much, Rick, from time to time, what could you give me in return? And I don't ever get it, and I'm getting it now.
Putting on my Santa glasses.
Oh, my God. Sam the Hawk Toys, you've outdone yourself. It's an exact toy of Adam Ray as Wolverine.
Okay.
I can't wait to play with this. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with it. It's a great toy. Look, I love the toy. It includes claws made of some kind of cool metal and some scraps from garbage. Because, as we all know, when Adam Ray played Wolverine at Universal Studios Hollywood, he didn't know jack shit about the character. So he'd make up facts like, I like potato salad. I use four fingers when I pleasure a woman.
Just put it on the floor.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was very sweet. Again, the last gift I received was probably in 1989. It was a friend of Mrs. Claus. She brought over a pie, and I go, yo, you think I can't make my own pie, bitch?
Okay, all right, Santa.
Again, I told you I'm coming in hot because I'm coming from cold, and I want this to be the best Christmas ever. We're coming out of COVID. We're coming into monkeypox and out of Omicron adjacent. And if we don't make this the best holiday ever, what are we doing? Go ahead. I'm here. Please. It's your house. It's my beard. Oh, a snort. Make a wish. I heard my first queef when I was 11.
You're a chatty Santa, are you?
Well, look, I've been sober for about 9 months now.
Santa, when you...
Not off of weed, just from booze.
When you go...
What was that?
Sometimes you go to malls and kids sit on your lap and you say, what do you want for Christmas? And as the kid is about to tell you, you go, I'll tell you what I would have wanted.
Yes. Yes, I like to have fun in the mall experience.
That's what I want to get into.
It's such a bummer. Oh, God.
Tell me about it.
Well, look, first of all, I can't do it all. I can't do every mall. So I pick my top 25 favorite malls in the country. You know, the Mall of America is not that great. Everyone says it's the Mall of America. It's the Mall of Minnesota. It's America. Nobody else signed off on the bullshit.
Santa, take a breath.
When a kid...
No. Through your nose.
Sorry, I had...
Santa.
Christmas fun. Candy canes. Mrs. Claus. Great, I feel better.
Now you could probably putt, right? Like your happy place and Happy Gilmore.
Sure. My happy place.
Could you put these on? And I'm curious what that would look like. I've never seen.
I think it's gonna fudge with my, and pardon my French, with what I've got going on here.
Can I just see what it looks like?
I'd rather not.
I would like to see a hip hop set. What do you guys think? You want to see what Santa looks like in some headphones? Ooh, I'm actually glad you weren't wearing them there because...
Well, what'd they say?
Everyone was just very, very excited. And I think the guy from another Adam Sandler movie, Waterboy, was there. Rob Schneider, I think.
Rob Schneider. You know, Rob Schneider once asked me for a Ouija board. And I said, well, I hope you know what comes with a Ouija board, Robert. And he didn't respond back. But he did send me something very unusual. He sent me, and I don't know if this was a joke, a basket of pubes. Now, I didn't know what to do with it. I gave it to one of the elves because I'll be honest, the elves They're into some weird shit. We now have 14 different elves that have their own OnlyFans account. And I've never been one to, tell you what to do and what you can't do. Yeah, you see an elementary school teacher who's struggling to make ends meet, and then she starts selling pictures of her titties and feet. And, now her family can eat. So I always say, and look, that's a haiku for another day, but.
What'd you call me?
A haiku.
A coup?
Well, a haiku and a coup are two completely different parts of the body.
I thought you were.
Riddle me this. Haiku, Sudoku, Estherku, the comedian. Marry, fuck, kill.
I don't like to speak about other people.
Well, I'd marry Esther. I'd fuck Sudoku. I'd kill haiku. All you have to do is dream, Rick. Tell me your first Christmas wish.
Oh, this is Santa, too. I had to have questions
All right,
for you.
Go ahead. Shoot. I'm sorry. Again, I took a couple NyQuil last night.
Yeah, and then some Red Bull.
To wake up the Red Bull. I had a dream. I was actually Willy Wonka in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And when I realized I wasn't, no doubt, legit bummed out that I wasn't running the factory. What's your question? The malls. I hate when people don't ask me what I want, if that was your question.
Well, we've already had our blanket statement for the episode. So I'm going to say thank you for coming over. And I have met you a few times. I don't know if you remember. I've never had the opportunity of having a long-form conversation with you.
Sure.
And I have some questions. Sometimes this podcast is more silly and conversational. This is somebody who people want to know about, and as much as it's fun to see the personality, and it is, I have some questions, and I have some people that submitted some questions.
I'm here for you. I've never done a podcast, first of all, so
yeah,
this is a big deal.
It's awesome. It's really cool that you're here. It's just that, like,
Joe Rogan asked me, but I had to do ivermectin to sit in the chair, and
you didn't want to.
Yeah, not that I didn't want to. I just on my own time.
My question for you, and here's what's kind of a complicated situation, is now more than ever, a lot of people don't believe you're real. And what got me to wanting to do this, as much as it's a comedy podcast and I want to be funny and I want to be entertaining and I want...
Let me know when you do.
Want to be funny?
No. Order a cheese pizza from Little Caesars.
Santa, you're deflecting a lot.
It's been a rough year.
How so?
Mrs. Claus and I split.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't really want to get into it. Divorce is a part of life. They say 75% of, that's not right, but they say there's a high number of people that don't make it, and marriage is a commitment.
Let's stay with you and not what other people are saying. Let's just try and narrow the focus a little bit, because I apologize, but I really want to get certain things out of you.
Please.
How long were you in, what's Mrs. Claus? Sandra, pardon me. How long were you and Sandra Claus together?
Well, Sandra and I met, I think it was summer of 1925.
1925?
Sure.
Oh, you guys weren't together in the, I thought you were together for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Oh, well, look, I put a date on it because at some point people need an actual, it's almost like when you're getting carded at a bar and you have a fake ID, but the bouncer's like, well,
so is this a fake marriage?
What's your birthday? And you go, and you just need a number for him.
But when you're really of age, you give the real date.
Of course.
So what, is there not I guess
I'm just saying is, after a certain while, telling people you've been around for hundreds and hundreds of years just doesn't...
But that's the thing. People don't believe it because there's so many contradicting stories. Like, some people think vampires could be killed by a silver bullet. Like, what's going on? What are the rules of the universe?
But in actuality, you can just choke them out or cut their head off with a chainsaw. I digress. I do think that people choose to not believe because they don't believe in themselves.
That's interesting. It's interesting that how much belief... all it is a choice that you commit to.
Oh, one of my favorite writers, Judy Blume, once said, and she was probably one of the best Christmas asks. She would always ask for a blanket. And I was like, this is so fucking easy. But also, she wanted to be warm to write her books, is what she said. She wrote, of course, Judy Blooms, and she wrote Fire Time with Kids, and she wrote Jumping Jack Jack, and
was
slippery slide.
Is that where Jumping Jack Flash came from? Was it originally Judy Blume's Jumping Jack Jack?
She also wrote something. I think it was the Babysitter's Club or the Baby Club, or I don't know.
Let's get back to you, Santa. Okay. You and Sandra are now. Are you still living together?
Well, that's what makes it tricky. Yes, I have the upstairs, and she has everything else. It's a big house.
Right.
I'm not going to be modest. We're doing pretty well.
Right.
The last COVID took a hit. It's not.
How did COVID affect you?
Well, me personally, it didn't. I didn't take the vaccine, but I did. I don't need to. I don't. And also, I've had everything. I've had, you name it, gingivitis, herpes, AIDS. I've had it. I've done and had it all.
Do you ever get HPV headaches?
Yeah, HPV tension headaches. Good memory, and thank you for reminding me, because it does affect my memory. I've just had so much and been through it all.
So you weren't afraid during COVID to go into people's fireplaces?
No, not at all. I mean, I wore a mask because, Fauci's a good friend of mine, and he said, this is something I think you should take seriously. And I go, oh, fuck you, you little dwarf. And he said,
whoa.
Oh, we have a very casual banter like that.
Explain the difference between a dwarf and an elf.
Well, great question. An elf makes presents. A dwarf rides buses.
So you're telling me that an elf, what makes an elf is just their job.
Yes.
So a dwarf could become an elf if he starts making presents.
You got it.
Was that Mark Twain?
Mark Twain said that.
A dwarf becomes an elf once he starts making presents. Now, a lot of people don't know this because in a lot of the pictures, they see Santa as this big, jolly, man. But technically, Santa Claus, you are an elf.
Oh, yes. Just a bigger elf.
Now, what makes a big elf? How's that? I mean, isn't that just a person who makes presents?
What makes Lou Bega Mambo No. 5 a classic bar mitzvah DJ track? There's certain things we just don't know, but we accept them because it becomes part of our truth. I was a physically fit man. Everyone created the stereotype that I was a fat fuck, so I started chowing down on dip bars and chewy bars and going to bars and eating at the bars and taking the peanuts they have on the bar home with me.
Right.
I don't want to be this big. It's it's to each its own. Look, being chubby has its perks. What do you think they are?
People are more receptive to
That's
an invitation to you.
That's interesting. I thought you meant just to anything I say.
Just, I find that larger people, there is and it's not necessarily earned, but there is this, I don't know if stigma is the right word, but this reputation of a jolliness, of a silliness, of a friendliness, of an acceptance.
Funny and fat go together. Skinny and boring also go together. Peanut butter and Miracle Whip do not go together unless you're very, very high, which...
People do like peanut butter and marshmallow whip, though.
Now, that is a combination I haven't tried.
Now, I think marshmallow whip is actually more of a Miracle Whip than a disgusting mayonnaise.
Well, first of all, bold move, just hot take, agreed. Miracle Whip. The word miracle, first of all, I came up with Christmas miracle. I coined the phrase.
But that's specifically a Christmas miracle. But Miracle Whip is just... And by the way,
I could have sued. You can't take the word miracle and just attach it to
miracle
foods.
Existed since Jesus turned wine into water. Miracle existed since the bush was on fire with Moses.
But nobody put it out there and said miracle. Miracle on 34th Street, whatever it was. I had to. I had to give them the okay to use it. I could sue.
Miracles have been around for a long time. You're saying you coined the term.
I coined the term Christmas miracle.
Yeah, but that's a specific kind of miracle. To me, Miracle Whip, the only miracle is that people are still buying it. It's disgusting.
I'll tell you, it's a miracle if I don't get up to pee 15 times in a night.
Prostate issues?
Oh, then don't call me Shirley.
Would you say that your prostate is the size of a lump of coal?
I would.
Then say it.
My prostate is the size of a lump of coal.
All right.
Do I get a tickle now?
Go put your hands up.
Oh, easy, fellas. Oh, right there. Just kidding. Stop.
Okay.
There's been times in my life where I think, gosh, how am I going to reach every single child in the world?
Yeah, that's because that's what, like, I appreciate you making the time to do this, but really, you told me all the gifts are already made, everything's already packaged.
Pre-made, pre-packaged, like a bucket of turkey stroganoff.
And you take a week off,
You have to.
a week stroganoff, to relax before going out and doing the stuff. So explain how this works, because when I was a kid, I used to think that you could bend time, and it's not about time, and it's not about being at multiple places at once. The trick is that...
Please tell me what the trick is.
Oh, I'm not sure exactly.
No, I'm sorry.
But the trick from our end is that, like, oh, he's able to come into every fireplace in the world.
Oh, yes.
Was that a...
I don't...
Sandra, I
the
understand.
prostate, Sandra, also...
Please, let's stay with the Christmas stuff for now. How is it that you are able to do that while actually just flying? And, like, it's not even like this teleportation. How does it work?
I'll be honest, I get a second wind a lot. You've been doing stand-up comedy and podcasting for, what, a couple of days now?
I would really love to stick with you. And I'm not talking about your endurance. I'm saying, how is there enough time in one night?
Well, this is going to sound crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I can stop time. I can slow it down. I have a watch, almost like that Dick Tracy watch that they sold after the movie came out, where I can stop time.
Could you give me an example?
Sure. Press. And then whenever I want time to resume, I press it again, and we're back to real life reality.
I heard you say you press a watch and then you could press it again. I didn't hear anything in between.
That's because it worked. I stopped time. I stopped time in order to have enough time to deliver all the presents to every child in the world. Because I love my job. I love doing it. I could send out other helpers, men dressed as Santa, women dressed as Santa, but
who makes a better a more efficient elf? The women or the men?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, look, who wears the outfit better? The women, but
you're saying because you like their
it's
bodies.
just it's a form-fitting uniform, and the men.
Are you only into women, Santa?
Oh, I've done it all.
You fuck men?
Oh, I mean, do you want me to take a stenographer, a lie detector? What's it called?
I mean, I'll believe you. Do you fuck men?
I mean, it's not a. It's I don't go there for that, but.
Go where? No, I'm just saying.
So that when I come out of a roof, I don't look my best.
I'm just saying,
but
Santa Claus, before you were with Sandra,
yes,
did you like to fuck men?
Oh, even while I was with Sandra, we had a pact.
Oh, what was the pact? Isn't it called a clause?
You can fuck men.
What is your take on Tim Allen's Santa Claus?
Hilarious.
Okay.
One of the greatest films I've ever seen because it, first of all, it just gave a little insight into how strenuous it is. And I thought their set pieces for the elf toy factory was a little out there, but the CGI was decent for the 90s. And Tim Allen, is one of arguably the greatest comedic actors of all time.
Tim Allen.
Dude, how pumped was he when he found somebody else goes, what the fuck did you do?
I actually have a clip of when he found it.
No.
Man, nothing's going right for me. I'm probably not going to make it in this town. Look I have a mugshot of me when I was in trouble once. Huh? No. Huh?
Close second.
I think I'm going to make it. Snap.
But I make time for it. I stop time for it because, again, there's instances, Rick, in Christmas, almost like in life, where you need something to keep you going.
Right.
And when I come through those chimneys, which takes a toll. I'll be honest.
How so? On your body?
My body's, even though feel pretty good and, I'm up to date on most of my shots, not the COVID vaccine, but other North Pole type shots.
Right.
Well, if a reindeer bites you, it's not even rabies. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's the rabies, I think, is what Adam Ray calls his fans. But rabies is like
That's great.
We'll edit in some laughter, additional.
No, I laughed.
Okay, great. But There's just all sorts
the
of
rabies.
There's
it's a really funny thing.
Thank you.
For him to call his fans.
There's all sorts of extra diseases that you can accumulate, and so I try to be, as protected as possible. But I come through a chimney. I've got a bum knee and a fucked up back, and I look up and I see a kid wake up on the couch. I'll show you what the kid looks like. Ready? Santa? And I talk to that kid. I go, yes, it's me, Gabriel. It's always Gabriel. Any kid on a couch who wakes up in the middle of the night who's waiting for Santa doesn't have a dad, and his name is Gabriel.
Oh, that's right. I remember you were telling me that you wanted to get into stand-up. Is this one of your bits?
It was, I don't want to say it was the closer, but it was 75% halfway through the act.
Now, I understand that Llewellyn Cinder was a big inspiration to you.
Yes, Will Chamberlain.
Yes, and you liked it so much. You liked him so much that you decided to change your name because originally you were Kris Kringle, and then you changed your name to
Kris
Santa
Kringle,
Claus.
Nick Claus. What else was there? Jolly Nick. Eric Claus. I tried to change my name at certain times. Master C, the big guy. Right? Everyone's got their own. Cunt fart is what some of the elves will call me.
I'm just realizing something. Who do you think this is?
Well, I thought that was Michael Jordan.
Right, and Llewellyn Cinder is whom?
Will Chamberlain.
Right.
What are you getting at?
Llewellyn Cinder is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh.
And as somebody who loves bars as much as you do.
So I started chowing down on dip bars and chewy bars and going to bars and eating at the bars and taking the peanuts they have on the bar home with me.
I'm surprised that... Oh my God.
There you have it.
What was I thinking?
I don't know. I spaced out.
Spaced out? Is that what you think the movie is with the Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan? You think it's called Spaced Out?
I'll be honest. I'm not good with titles of movies or lyrics of songs. Ask me to sing the song.
Okay.
I got Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks.
Okay. Would you please sing the song I Got Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks?
I would love to. Well, I'm in the truck with a bunch of dudes. It's Christmas time, and that's okay. Every morning we get the pancake mix from the store. And that's because we're drunk, because it's Christmas time with your friends. Whether they're low or high, whether they're gay or bi, it's just the time of year where everyone and the reindeer.
This camera turned off.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Listen, Adam.
Yeah.
Adam, I love talking to you.
I know.
But sometimes there's things that I maybe either don't feel comfortable telling you or I don't want to burden you with.
So
what am I going to do? Who do I speak with?
Well, there's people out there you can find.
That's the thing that's so great about BetterHelp. Well, you know I love therapy. If you don't love therapy, you might be a redneck. BetterHelp could help match you with a therapist in under 48 hours. And
Prove it.
I mean, they...
Wow.
Yeah. But jokes aside, navigating any of life's challenges can make you feel unsure, whether it's a career change, a new relationship, or becoming a parent. Therapists are trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging reading when you get embarrassed about reading out loud.
Yeah.
And you get made fun of. You could realize everybody can't read out loud.
Yes. And when you realize everybody can't read out loud, you realize
everyone's a redneck.
If you have trouble reading out loud, you might need to go to BetterHelp, HELP.com/TYSO.
As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online, plus it's affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you could easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic. And remind me, are there endless searching for the right therapist?
Fuck no.
Learn more and save 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/TYSO. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TYSO. Adam, if you know me, you know that I love going, hey, Alexa, play A Christmas Carol.
4 Weddings and a Funeral was a great movie.
No, A Christmas Carol.
Oh.
But when you do that, Hugh Grant actually does it. He's like, hello, my name's Hugh, and tonight we're going to tell you all about the nights of Christmas past. It was a dark and beautiful afternoon.
Alexa, have Morgan Freeman do the same thing. Well, it was a dark and stormy afternoon.
Now, I don't know about this one. I do know about A Christmas Carol, but also Alexa customers can listen to New Moon by Brandy or Living Legend by John Legend on Alexa for free the entire month of December. Just say, Alexa, read New Moon by Brandy, or Alexa, read Living Legend by John Legend. Awful, only available in the United States. Our buddy Casey Abrams,
yes,
and you may know Casey as the singer of the Scoot-Doo Oh Yeah theme song.
A legend.
And a TYSO alum.
And a sweet fella.
Going through a bit of a hard time right now.
He had his colon removed.
Emergency removal.
Jesus.
Like he's been in the hospital for a very long time. He posted a little bit of a clip. We'll show to it here.
Hi, this is Casey Abrams, and I'm happy to say I no longer have ulcerative colitis. Unfortunately, it's because I had to get my whole colon removed in an emergency surgery to save my life. It was my 4th time to the hospital. 3 times I walked in, and the 4th time I had to be driven in through an ambulance. I'll be spending a lot of time at home just resting and hopefully creating, but I could really use your support, so please check out my GoFundMe.
But his expenses are through the roof because I don't have enough time to get into the American healthcare system, but it ain't great.
Nope.
Because he is such a big part of the TYSO community. Whatever it is, I just submitted in the GoFundMe. I'm going to put a link in the description. Go give $5 even.
Honestly.
And you could also, I'm sure he'll see it. You could do a little message, say Scoot-Doo or something. Anyway,
we love you.
So for, I hope you're enjoying the Santa episode. And this year, we want Santa to bring us a PlayStation 5. Casey, get better. All right.
Good, still going. How to fix the camera there. Oh. Time for
presents.
Yes.
So I love look, it's I don't Jinx, you owe me a Coke. I don't want to say I'm really good at bringing joy to everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone just goes, "Oh, you're good with kids." I love adults too. Making adult men and women climax and cry and smile and die is my favorite thing.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Anytime there's a chance for a rhyme, I take it.
Oh, believe me.
And I make it in my head before I'm dead. But not before the ginger man can step in my thread of the line that I'm showing behind the Christmas time.
Okay.
We're in a bind. Throw your hands in the air.
For someone who likes presents as much as you and rapping, I'm curious if we have time at the end of this, maybe we could do a little Christmas rapping.
I would love to.
Great.
Tupac was a great Christmas rap. All right, so all of these are, I was in a bit of a rush.
Oh, why?
I just, I didn't put this podcast in my Google Calendar.
Okay.
So I forgot, and we'll give ex-Mrs. Claus Sandra a little bit of credit. She texted me and goes, are you still going to that podcast today? And I go, fuck. She goes, it's 600,000 miles away. I go,
that's
it's far.
I mean, the moon is 187,000 miles away.
Okay, Neil Armstrong, get a load of this guy, Cam. Zoom in on my face and put a dick on his.
No.
All right. So I get in the sleigh. Rudolph was dead asleep. So Blitzen, thankfully, is what you call a designated driver, designated flyer, a DF. So Blitzen got us here in a quick amount of time to where Rudolph, if you're listening, he's coming for your job. He's got us here in a blink of an eye. And usually take your sweet-ass time, you piece of shit. So the presents are a little bit all over the place, but...
much like you, Santa Claus.
We'll put up my Instagram handle. I think there's... only the best gifts are the ones that come from the heart. First up, we've got a COVID test.
Okay, just keep everything on the thing. And also, I see there's a jar of is that a tube of tennis balls with a picture of you when you were younger on it?
Yep. Or Pringles.
That looks like what you used to look like when you were a young man.
One solid black mustache before I let everything go. Yeah, these were the good old days. Yeah, well, thank you for the shout out. People don't know I'm the I'm the man on the Pringles
That's where
can.
it comes from, because originally it was correct me if I'm wrong, it was actually it was a can of Kringles, Kris Kringles. And when you became Santa Claus, they changed it.
Yes. And look, I Pringles. Said I didn't also want all the fanfare.
Right.
You know, the Kringles, and you know what it was? It wasn't once you pop, you can't stop, which I came up with after I took my name off the goddamn can.
Right.
It was, these are the chips God made. And look, did it rhyme? No. Was it catchy? Of course.
Like communion chips. It was meant for communion, correct?
Yes, bursting with flavor. I said that was too sexual. I said, you might as well put throbbing with cum on there. And that was my last day. What else do we got?
Well, thanks for the gifts.
These are actually delicious, and I had nothing to do with them other than they're enjoying every bite. So enjoy those. Oh, and wash down your pieces with some water. Wait, it gets better. Oh, yes, a Halloween spider for next year.
Okay, just...
You know, people get scared of insects. I, for one, I don't know what your fears are. People always talk about New Year's resolutions. Let's talk about holiday fears. You know, getting lump in your stocking. Sure, but who really gets that? How about getting some sort of terminal disease or a spider dropped on your windshield while you're driving on the freeway that you didn't even know you were on because you're high on crystal meth? What else we got? Poop bags for your dog. Poop bags for your dog. All right. This seems like a Carrot Top bit, but it's not. Neosporin, it's only been used twice.
Do you put your finger on it or do you use a Q-tip?
That's a personal question. Finger. And last and finally least, Kraft macaroni and cheese. Because I don't know if you remember that homeless guy who became who they discovered, I think it was 2006 or 7 on the side of the road. And somebody drove up to him and he was like the man with the magical voice. I made that man and I put that man there.
Remember that.
He used to be an elf.
Well, until he stopped making presents and then he just became a dwarf.
Yes. And I told him, I said, Earl, it's time for you to get out on your own and make something of yourself. You've got a wonderful set of pipes, and I think it's time for you to take that to the stage. Not American Idol, but the sidewalk. So he went there, and every person that drove by said, this man has a brilliant voice. So I said, look, I know the people at Kraft. The least I can do is set them up with some singles and, dollar bills.
I'm picturing you as a shark on Shark Tank and be like, everyone has the phone number to Kraft. Yeah, but nobody's made as many deals as I have with Kraft.
How about the guy who pitched Kraft singles to Shark Tank? Hi, Sharks. Tired of going to the store and buying cheese that's one big block? Well, introducing Kraft singles.
But what's proprietary about this? What's keeping all the behemoths in the cheese game from just slicing their cheese into pieces?
Careful. I do think that if you slice your cheese into pieces, first of all, most of the cheese is hard. Kraft singles is, first of all, it's not real cheese. You know how Subway's tuna is not real tuna? It's actually dolphin. But the cheese that we use...
Is that true?
I'm almost certain. Somebody told me that once, and I believed them.
I would think dolphin would be much less sustainable than big tuna.
Yes, well,
Speaking of which, are you a fan of The Office?
I ate a tuna sandwich on my first day, so Andy started calling me Big Tuna. I don't think any of them actually know my real name.
Love The Office. Favorite character? Go.
It's going to be a corny answer, but my favorite character is the camera.
Wow.
Because it is why I'm allowed to even see them.
I love that. My answer is a little bit better, but it's also not as heartfelt. I like Dwight Schrute.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He just brings something extra to the script. Steve Carell's the obvious choice. That's like picking Kermit if you like the Muppets.
I really believe that Michael Scott, and I could have a conversation and hear other people's point of view, but mine is he is the funniest and most dynamic comedy character, film or television.
Agreed. Of all time.
Of all time.
I love
and I
that you
keep
said
Larry
that.
David and Curb. He's also up there.
Yes,
but nothing.
No.
There is no better character than Michael Scott. to me.
Here's the thing: there's Larry David and Curb is brilliant, and
thank you.
What he does,
You know, the Rabies are actually a big fan of Curb now because Adam Ray was actually in it. I'll cut to a clip.
1 star? What do you say? I'm not 1 star. I'm a 5.
You might feel like a 5, but Uber says you're a 1, buddy.
Holy shit.
4 other stars next to it, not filled in.
Oh, Jesus, I almost peed. There's something about what Larry does that's not on the page because he's creating it out of thin air that's brilliant. But Steve Carell, what he takes off the page that's there and makes into the comedy sphere of gold he's a Rumpelstiltskin-esque type comedic actor.
We all love Yoo-hoo, especially Yoo-hoo with a little rum.
What's wrong?
You don't know what rum is.
Rumpelstiltskin?
Rumpelstiltskin. Rumpelstiltskin's a good man.
He does things that they don't even write down to do with his face, with his body, with his mind. He's just absolutely refreshing, and we haven't seen anything like that since. Vin Diesel's a close second. Where's my just kidding cam? Zooming on my face with a yeah.
Michael Scorn is a close second to me.
Great.
But Michael Scott, it's both what's on the page and what he does. And here's what he does so brilliantly.
Multiple takes.
He has thoughts. Now, I know what you're thinking. All actors need to have thoughts. No, they don't. When things are directed and when things are scored and when things are edited and when things are cut around, and you really could just build a performance after the fact. And that's the art of post-production.
Sure.
We love post-production.
We need it.
But the thoughts that he has.
Yeah, they're great. Who's your favorite actor of all time?
Ooh, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Great. Your second favorite? Let's say it on the count of 3. My second favorite too. 1, 2, 3.
Sylvester
Laura
Stallone.
Dern. Okay. You know, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger were just seen together on Facebook carving pumpkins. Now, I don't know how
Don't say that. Come on. He has a name.
The pumpkin?
Yeah.
Okay. Jacob?
Yes.
So they were carving pumpkins, and it really took me back because these are guys that we knew as fighting Alien and Rocky, and they just are crime fighting.
Fighting Alien? You mean Predator?
Yes.
Because I would have thought you would have meant Alien or Aliens.
I want to see Schwarzenegger climbing a building, jumping out of a copter. I want to see Rocky fucking someone doggy style.
Wait a minute. You're telling me one of your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies isn't Jingle All the Way?
I have a bone to pick with that film.
Go ahead.
Turbo Man was a toy we tried to actually create for quite some time.
After the movie?
No, way before.
Interesting.
Yes. Hot take from a cool place. Which, by the way, Dairy Queen stole. I used to say that around.
Well, that's Hot Eats, Cool Treats.
Doesn't matter. It's coming from the same family. Every day at the North Pole, when someone would say something juicy, right? Gossip. Because just like any other workplace, we like to, how many times?
Right.
Everyone loves the who said, what said, hearsay, hot say.
I don't. Like I said, I don't like to talk about other people.
That's why you'll never come to the North Pole. You got to be down to gossip. People love hot takes in a cool place. And Dairy Queen heard that because one of our elves started working at Dairy Queen when he left to go to the States. And he's all of a sudden, he tells everyone, I got a job at a new corporation. It's an ice cream burger joint. A fucking year later, Hot Eats Cool Treats comes out. And I go,
but
God
Hot
damn
Take
it.
Cool Place is not the same as Hot Eats Cool Treats.
It's in the same
Hot
vicinity.
Eats from the brochure.
It doesn't matter. It's the same. Look, let's say you worked at McDonald's, okay? And you were there when...
Say it.
You worked at McDonald's.
I did work at... my first job, when I was 13, I got a worker's permit. I worked at McDonald's.
Great. And I knew a guy who played the bass clarinet. We both know things. Sorry. Go ahead. McDonald's. So, if you worked there and you came
did.
When you worked there, if you were the one that came up with ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then... everyone knows you did that. And then you go to Wendy's, and all of a sudden you go, do, it's just as good.
No, that's too close. But I will tell you this: a lot of people don't know this. One of the writers of Ba-da-ba-ba-ba
was Justin Timberlake.
Pharrell.
Shut the fuck door.
I really think that's real. I'm going to Google that. I really think that is real.
Do you think people mix that up a lot? Shut the fuck up and shut the front door, where they go, shut the fuck door?
Did Pharrell write the McDonald's I'm Loving It jingle?
I'll give you $25 if he did.
And you know what, Santa? You guys took the word jingle for Jingle All the Way because it was a term from the jingles. The song, originally written as a jingle for American fast food chain McDonald's, was produced by the Neptunes and is credited as being written by Pharrell Williams.
Holy
Tom
shit.
Batoy, Franco Tortora, and Andres Forberger.
Boy, they had to let him in. His last name was Berger.
Yes, well, it was originally a Mac.
That's just insane. There's so many.
It's just insane. You thought it was Justin Timberlake. Right. You're messing up a lot of names here.
Well, I told you I'm bad with names. I'm good with faces. Who said that? Pharrell.
Now, speaking of Justin Timberlake, in hindsight is 2020. I was hoping I had another one to give you, but I'd already gifted you one, and I want to know if how you like that book.
I loved it. It's the book that we all don't read enough, And I, like you said, hindsight's 2020. And Judy Blume was 60-40 on her power cleans and bench press ratios.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of sayings. I'm a big fan of movie quotes, but Christmas songs. People assume just because I hear every song before it comes out that I don't enjoy it. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You is not only a gold standard in the Claus household, but look, I think most people would say you hear that, and you get excited. You start thinking, except for maybe people who've had a bad year. Oh, Walmart has done us quite the service this year with low prices and what is that saying again?
You're thinking better ingredients, better toppings, Papa John's.
There it is. Which, by the way, that guy, I'd love to put a lump of coal not only in his stocking but in his asshole. He's done quite a disservice to his employees. Took away their dental plans.
Is that
He's
true?
also a racist.
Now, how complicated or intricate, I guess I should say, is your process in gifting when the
naughty list and the nice list?
When a barbecuer wants to have a whole bunch of coal, how do you gift him coal but still letting him know this is a good coal instead of a bad coal?
I give him a gift card to Kohl's. And I say, it's on you, right? Just like when you want to get someone you don't really know a present, but you just give them a gift card and you say, pick it up for yourself, dummy. I need to know all of your interests and likes. Hey, look, if you've murdered someone, lump of coal. Some would argue you don't get anything. You always get something, lump of coal. Domestic abusers, lump of coal. Rapists, lump of coal. Therapists, lump of coal. Because, look, you could be doing better. Every time. This is going to be great. I can already feel it.
You look good. Ooh, yeah.
Well, sometimes I feel like a star swimming in a snow pool. But Christmas is the time of year where we all come together and make some cheer. Hello, children and moms and dads, it's your old friend Santa Claus coming back to you from a jazz club in the North Pole, the only place that doesn't ID hermaphrodites.
Could you go back? Because I know before you got into making presents, you were a radio DJ. Is that correct?
Right. I worked for 92.5 Crystal Geyser.
That was between 92 and 93, right?
Yes. And then I got shipped off. They said they didn't like me working the night shift, so I went to the morning show at 102.7.
Which was between 102 and 103.
Yes.
Now, show us a little bit of what it was like for you to be a radio DJ. Welcome, people, back after commercial. Welcome back to KRS 105.1. My name is Mr. Kris Kringle, and today we, like that kind of stuff. 1 sec. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we...
go for it. I got you.
We'll go to a commercial, and we'll come right back, and you'll do it.
I love it.
If you're looking for just the right flooring, you need choices. And at Marshall Carpet One, you'll find thousands of choices. including carpet, hardwood, rugs, and luxury vinyl. So make the right choice and visit Marshall Carpet One and Rug Gallery. And we promise, with more than 50 years as a family-owned business, we've got you covered!
Good morning, everybody. It's a hot Christmas morning. Santa Claus here at 102.5 The Snow. We got 2 tickets to give away for John Mayer at the Palladium this Saturday night, 7 p.m. Call right now with the phrase that pays, candy cane. What is your favorite flavor of candy cane? It cannot be Christmas flavored. Call on right now to win 2 tickets.
I'm getting a phone call. Hello?
Hi, Santa.
Oh, you calling into the radio station. Let us connect you. What's your name? And we're going to connect you to Santa Claus right now.
My name's Mikey.
Mikey? And Mikey, where are you from?
Ontario, Canada.
Ontario,
Toronto.
Canada. We're going to send you right on through to Mr. Kris Kringle himself.
Hello, Mikey. Good to hear from you. I heard you're in Canada these days.
Yeah, I'm in Toronto. Santa, I only have one quick question. Do you not give gifts? Do you not deliver to kids in Canada?
Well, it's a slippery slope there, Mikey. It was Mikey, right?
Slippery slope. That's what my dad calls people.
oh, boy. I don't know if I can yes-and that. But what I do want to tell you about slippery slopes, Mikey, is that they exist in everyone's world, whether it's, young racist boys or fat, fat Jewish men. Look, there's a time and a place and a time, but I think that Canada is just a little bit outside my jurisdiction, as there's a new clause that's currently being pushed on the people of Canada, and it makes it tough for us to cross the border.
Do you really not go to Canada?
I try to stop over, but look, I am a big fan of Rick Moranis, and that's about it. I've been up there once. I went to Vancouver to meet.
Santa, let the boy talk a little.
I'm sorry, Mikey.
He's excited to meet you,
Mikey. First of all, I'm sorry for not making the trip.
That's okay.
Wow, you are an easily forgiving young boy for being so racist. Now, Mikey, what is your favorite gift? What would you like for Christmas this year? If I did come to Canada, what would you want?
This year? I
No,
just want
2029. Sorry, this year.
What are you doing?
Sorry, Mikey, this year, yes.
His parents are divorced.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This year I'd like my mom and dad to get together and spend just one day together with the whole family because they're divorced.
What else would you like? That's probably not gonna. Oh shit. Okay. Sorry. Sure. No, that sounds great, Mikey. Yes.
Well, maybe
how he
if you could,
feels about
Santa.
this.
How do you feel about
Santa,
it? Yeah, go ahead.
One of my pen pal friends lives in the States in Florida, and his whole body is riddled with cancer, and
Dear
he
God.
doesn't have access to equitable health care like we do here in Canada. And I was
Holy
wondering
shit.
maybe if you could make universal health care a policy in America.
Yeah, I mean, Mikey, it's, I don't know if you heard yourself ask that fucking favor, but, sorry. Look, Mikey, it's a great thought, and I will do my best to see it through. That being said, something more tangible, like a kite or a bouncy ball. Just think, lower the bar a bit. Universal healthcare is quite the ambitious. It's a big deal.
I get that it's a big ask, Santa, but it's something I really want. But I guess if you can't fulfill my wish on that front, perhaps you could look into the rising tides. Currently, global warming is affecting the entire Earth and planet, regardless of the fact that America seems to be ignoring it by letting out the highest level of emissions possible through their cars, vehicles, homes. We're in a crisis here, Santa. Could you fix any of these global problems?
Mikey, and you wonder why your parents got divorced. You keep bringing up. One second.
No. Talk to him sincerely.
Fine.
Talk about what we're doing with the Paris
Mikey,
Agreement.
I am very, very aware of the problems this country is facing. That being said, I was looking for more of an answer like a Lego set, not, hey, my friend's got leukemia. There's things that I can do and not do. There's also things I want to do and don't want to do. But what you're bringing up is a valid point. Global warming is real.
Michael, go ahead.
But I'm not Captain Planet. I'm Santa Claus.
Santa,
Go ahead.
Sounds to me like you're a Trumper. Are you a MAGA guy?
Well, look, I'm not gonna. I won't confess. look, I do think Rob DeSantis has some interesting perspectives.
Just because his name has Santa in it doesn't mean that you have to really like him.
Well, tell that to Mrs. Claus. She's the one that fucking put a check mark on the ballot for me.
Mike, it's something that I maybe. How old are you?
6.
Oh, really? Because you sound so 46.
So, Santa is going through a little bit of a thing right now because he and his wife are getting divorced.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Much like your mommy and your daddy.
Well, a lot of where the negative tone is coming from. I apologize. But look, I'm not a Trumper.
And
although
she's sleeping with Greg DeSantos.
Now, that being said, anyone who went to the Capitol on January 6th, I think is, has got a swagger that is to be desired. But
Mikey, let me ask you some questions because I want to get to know you. You seemed like a very bright boy. You're 6 years old, huh?
Yeah, 6.5 actually. I lied. Apologize, but 6.5.
Mikey,
when's your birthday? June?
Yeah, June.
Do you have a girlfriend?
He's 6.
Well, Santa, that's an interesting question. As I am non-binary and I haven't quite decided yet.
That's okay.
My sexuality. So that's, kind of a private question if I'm being honest, Santa.
Well, let's try to steer you in one direction or another. Give me some personal facts about yourself. Oop, actually, this feels like a slippery slope. Well, but let's do it. Let's just be a fun game. What are you into?
What am I asking
into?
him? Yeah, like
for hobbies?
Yes,
for
hobbies.
hobbies. That's okay.
Yes, not sexual stuff.
I've been writing a couple dissertations lately about the effects that people are having on their local communities by not buying locally and contributing to massive, oversighted, and overfunded companies that are being subsidized by the government, quite possibly.
Are you
put us in way worse?
Which government?
Are you a fan of the Tim Dillon Show?
Sorry?
Which government? The
The Canadian government right now is going back and forth with major corporations as far as oil and drilling dealing. And also, I don't know if you're aware.
Probably not.
But fracking is becoming a thing that's privately being done behind closed doors. It's concerning, even for a 6.5-year-old.
Right.
Yes. Well, I would think more 6-year-olds are concerned with less fracking and more fucking that their parents aren't doing, equaling divorce. Well, I'm just trying to connect the dots, Richard.
He's 6 years old.
Well, 6 is the new 10 if you read anything written by Oprah.
Fine, then he's 10.
Fine. Now, Mikey, we didn't want to. I know you said your parents reconciling their marriage, which all the best towards that situation from me to you.
He didn't say that. He said that they're divorced.
What if you could wish for one thing this Christmas season, Mikey? What could I deliver to your front doorstep and/or chimney?
I wish you could make Kanye West stop spreading around hateful rhetoric about the Jewish community as a whole. That's what I want for Christmas this year, Santa.
Now that I can get behind.
You know what? I have an idea. Sandra, you could really get behind that because I actually have Kanye West's phone number and we could give him a call. And why don't you do this for little Mikey?
Let's do it. Let's merge him in, actually. Let's merge in Kanye with Mikey. I'd love Mikey to tell Kanye that this is a big deal in his heart.
We do not have the capabilities of both voices, but Mikey could listen. Mikey, you listen on the radio still, right?
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, guys.
Well, we're gonna put you. We're gonna put you on hold, and we're gonna see if we can get Kanye on the phone. Okay.
Sounds good, boys. Yo, what's up?
Kanye?
Yeah, it's Kanye.
We got you on Snowfall with Kris Kringle. We're gonna send you on through.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Kanye. This is Santa Claus, host of Snowfall. Look, I know this holiday season has been quite the dicey time in your life, and I wanted to give you an opportunity with one of the world's most prestigious fictional real characters, a chance to redeem yourself and also open up the hearts and minds of anyone who might think that you have the feelings of an anti.
Get to it.
Well, you said some shit about Hitler. What did you mean by that?
Well, I mean, you should know, Santa, as a Christian, we kind of share the same beliefs and views, right?
Hey. Well, my lawyers advised me not to comment on that, but what is it about the Jews that really gets you all, gets your menorah spun around? Or your dreidel, I guess.
Honestly?
Sure, be honest. This is a show where people need to be more transparent.
My thing with the Jews is I tried to convert, and they wouldn't let me in.
How come?
Too black.
Ooh, yes. Well, that is a thing.
What do you mean that's a thing?
I don't know. Sometimes I just say stuff to fill the silence.
You know, Kanye, there is a 6.5-year-old boy in Ontario listening who really, after fracking universal health care and his parents getting back together, the fourth thing he wants the most is for you to stop spreading the hate. Now, if you have this feeling towards the Jews, it's a separate conversation, but perhaps do you recognize the stir and the uproar that it's causing, not just in the opinions of the origin stories of everyone, but the actual hatred towards people who are here right now having to deal with this?
Wait a minute. Are you saying my language is upsetting a 6-year-old boy, that Mikey, that kid from Toronto, Ontario? I know about him.
Oh, has he written you letters, or has he invited
He's a social advocate, and I'm a follower of his on Twitter. I think he's incredible. I didn't know I was upsetting him. Let me tell you something. If my rhetoric is upsetting Mikey from Toronto, Ontario, the 6.5-year-old boy, I'm going to drop that stuff right now. I take back everything I said, and I apologize. This is Kanye West.
Oh my God. Wait, tell us more.
This is a hot take from a cool place. Fuck you, Dairy Queen.
I don't want to ever upset the community ever again, especially if it affects someone like Mikey, who's 6.5-year-old boy from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Kanye, he's listening right now, and if you could, please do a freestyle rap to apologize to him on the things that you've said and now your views. We would love that. Is that something you think you could do for us?
I'll give you a Christmas beat if you want.
Of course.
Here we go.
Next.
Oh, okay.
Next.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
You know what, Santa?
Ding 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 ding.
Let me just acapella it, because I want it to come from the heart.
You got it. I will apologize that beatboxing was never at the top of my resume. Nor was ice skating or fellatio. The floor is yours.
All right. Hey, yo. Dear Jews.
Okay. Off to a good
My
start.
bad. Did not mean to make you sad or mad. I lost my dad and my mom, and that hurt a whole bunch. And I took it out on you without having a hunch as to what's really going on in the world right now.
Right.
Instead of looking in, I looked out, and how I heard a lot of people pointed fingers and threw hate. And for that, I'm sorry. And it must stop right now at this gate. I should open up my arms and my heart to the Jews. Come on in with me, Jews.
Come on in with me, Jews.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Please buy my Yeezys, because they're no longer with Adidas.
Get them elsewhere if you can.
I'm so sorry for hurting you, Jews. I really, really mean this.
Oops, a daisy.
God bless.
God bless.
Oh, did you think I was sneezing?
God bless.
That was incredible, Kanye. That was maybe one of the most poignant and sincere apologies I've heard since our lead elf apologized for coming on the Monopoly boards.
Okay. Well, Kanye, thank you so much. We're going to give Mikey a call back real quick and see if he forgives you. If you want to tune on in so you could hear here, and then
I wonder if Mikey has anything to do. Are we keeping him from anything important?
I'm gonna switch back over to him. I have him on hold. Oh, actually, Kanye, real quick, is there anything you want to plug?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Great.
I have a new album coming out.
Amazing.
It's going to be coming out on Christmas Day.
Wow.
Great timing.
About like a week away.
Jesus is King. God is good.
Uh-oh.
Hitler was the man.
Oh,
wait a minute.
I'm
God.
out.
Oh,
Wait.
God. Oh, Jesus. Oh. And that's how the cookie crumbles.
You know,
Look, I'm not surprised.
He had Jesus walks.
Yes.
And I wonder.
Well, I just wonder, Mikey is going to be just devastated to hear that his idol has no remorse over.
Mikey?
Hi, this is Mikey. Hello.
Mikey, hey. Sorry, I thought we had you on hold.
I heard that whole thing. Boy, oh boy, that wasn't cool.
Oh, that's an understatement, Mikey. How do you feel? His new album sounds like it's got a pretty aggressive title.
Not a fan. Really upset.
Now, you used to be a huge fan of his, and he was an influence on you. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I thought he changed his ways.
Well,
to that whole phone call.
You have now an opportunity to do a rap to in response to what Kanye just said, including what seemed like the at first a genuine apology to you and to things he said, and then how he flipped it. So, do you have time to do a few bars?
Yeah, of course.
What are you eating there?
Just a salad.
Wait, let me guess what time. This is my favorite game to play. Guess what I'm eating over the phone.
He just told us a salad. Where are you?
Well, what kind of salad? Here we go. Ready? Start the clock. I get 3 guesses.
We already know based on him talking about this
I'll
earlier.
punch you in the fucking face.
He's eating a Chinese chicken salad. Is that correct?
That's one guess.
I'm eating a Chinese chicken salad.
God damn it, Mikey.
Right.
I wanted to guess this is my Christmas game. What, are there croutons on it?
It's a Chinese salad. No.
On a Chinese chicken salad, Santa?
No, mandarin oranges are their croutons.
Correct.
I don't think you can say that anymore.
You could say that.
Agree to disagree. Go ahead, Mikey, with your fucking Looney Tunes.
Okay.
What's the name of this freestyle? Is this something? Oh, you know what? You have one written, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, do the written one. What's it called?
This one's called Bad Kanye, Bad.
Right. That's and that's like you shit on the rug, right? Isn't that the theme? Like you're talking to him like a dog, the way you want to rub his nose into it.
Yeah, like he's a pup.
Right. Go ahead.
But instead of the shit on the rug, it's the Hitler praise.
Well, of course.
Sorry, what did he say?
He was just kind of explaining that the metaphor of the shit on the rug is Kanye shitting on the world with his anti-Semitism and his praising of the Third Reich.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
here it is.
Whenever you're ready, Canadian boy.
Bad Kanye, bad. Why would you say that stuff? My goodness. I can hardly believe this. What have you done, Jesus? Jesus? Who are you now?
Wow, is there any more?
Well, if you let me finish, Santa.
It interrupts so much.
Yeah, it's really annoying if I'm being honest.
Well, I wouldn't want you to lie to someone you admire.
I used to love you, Kanye. I used to love you the most. I didn't even mind your album, Kids See Ghosts. But Jesus was king. And then there was Donda. Mm-hmm. My dad and I used to listen to you together in our Honda. I loved you with all my heart. I just wanted to follow. I even enjoyed the life of Pablo. With you, I wanted to watch The Throne, be a part of your beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy. I wanted to watch you graduate all alone, but you gave me 808 and Heartbreak. Just made me want to drop out. I was late to the registration to know that your racism was out. I couldn't take it, Kanye, and I'm quite upset. So do me a favor and quit that shit.
Wow. I've got to be honest, Mikey. That was phenomenal.
Wow.
That was just exquisite. Are you an aspiring poet or writer or rapper?
I wouldn't say aspiring, Santa. I've been published multiple times, so I'd say I'm pretty successful.
In where? Highlights magazine?
Sorry?
I don't know. I just... Look, I appreciate what you're bringing to the table. And
Santa, not only do you interrupt, but most of your jokes aren't landing.
I don't do comedy, Mikey. I'm a gift giver and a dream weaver. If you'd like to settle this man to man, I'll meet you at any IHOP north of Rancho Cucamonga.
What are you talking about? He's a 6.5-year-old kid.
6 is going on 10, Rick. Did you not hear my latest statement? Also, if a kid has tood, the kid is rude, and I can beat him up. Who said that?
Mark Twain.
Thank you.
Well, Santa,
I'm just jealous. I was never a
sad
writer.
to hear you in the form that you're in, but
I'm just jealous and deflecting, Mikey. I'm sorry. I was never made it as a writer, and you clearly have
it's
all
been
the
great
tools.
to speak with you, Rick. I've got to go now. Bye, boys.
Oh, God, so Canadian and so full of... Well, I'll tell you this much. The poem was just fantastic.
Yeah, he's a very special boy.
It's the kids like that make me hopeful for the future. I'll be honest. He wouldn't get a lump of coal. In fact, I'd give him an extra skateboard.
Well, you know, the best
part of waking up is not dying in your sleep.
We made it. Yes.
The best part of waking up is not dying in your sleep.
So, you know, I think one of the best gifts that you could get, one of the greatest presents for that matter, is that present. Being present. And
what a beautiful way to wrap this up.
Being here with you has been, and I'm going to use a word that is overused, and I mean this so wholeheartedly. It's been really nice. You know, like, the holidays are a time that a lot of people think of as gift giving, gift getting, great food, time off school or work, time with family.
Sure.
And all of these things exist, but why are those things so great? And those things are so great is because they're just tools to allow us to be more present. Sometimes opening a gift or giving a gift or seeing a family member you don't get to spend that much time with. It's not necessarily a distraction from life, but a distraction from distractions, and they can cancel each other out. And that's, are you able to get yours?
Gulp, 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 gulp.
So I'm just grateful for the opportunity for
Message
for this
received.
present.
I love hearing you say that. I love hearing you being so introspective this holiday season. Oh. And I apologize for the gremlin who just shat his pants in my throat. But
Goblin.
Goblin, gremlin, tomato.
You know, goblin mode, we'll put up some headlines here, as Oxford has referred to as the term of the year, and that's all in many ways.
Like going beast mode.
It's now known as goblin mode thanks to the success of the Take Your Shoes Off podcast.
I want to say to you, you're a present man. You're an inspired individual, someone who has taken their gift and given it to, shared it, and let others in on it, which is a big deal. A lot of people, I'm being sincere, will go about their lives, like you said, taking. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Gimme, gimme, gimme. You remembered. There you are, Peter. But it's a real mitzvah, chutzpah, to go out of your way to say, I've been gifted this. I want to share with the world. Mikey did it with his subpar poem and his no doubt fucked up hair and teeth. You've done it with your amazing ability to connect and be present. And like you said, the best present is being present. I want to applaud you for creating such a safe community of
happy holidays, Santa Claus.
People who enjoy the same thing.
What's that?
Your TYSO Goblins and your Take Your Shoes Off community has grown immensely. I've been watching you. I've been listening. And as I said, I chose to go on one podcast. I got hit up by multiple people. And I said no. I said yes to this because I'm a fan, but not of you, the comedian.
You said no?
I said no to other podcasts.
And to mine, you said,
yes.
Oh, ho, ho?
I told my publicist, ho, ho, ho. I told Rudolph, fill up the sleigh. And he was like, eat a dick. It's been a long night.
Well, is there anything you want to plug?
Christmas.
What do you like? Some people think you like cookies or milk. It seems like you like coffee. What do you like left out?
Turkey meatballs. I don't know. Anything from, Postmates just added Olive Garden. And that's, I don't want to knock other Italian establishments, but there's something to be said about the Caesar dressing they use.
Well, I'm going to take a picture of you, a Polaroid. We do it after every episode. And I also would like to take this holiday opportunity to plug an Instagram account that I have yet to start really using, but I'm getting ready to. It's called pod.snaps. That's pod.snaps.
Great.
And I will be posting, I have Polaroids of every episode, and I'm going to be posting them. So I'd like for people to check out pod.snaps. And I also never plug my Instagram. Go ahead, if you don't already follow me at Rick Glassman on Instagram, and we already were going to put up your Instagram handle.
I would love to take this opportunity to give a gift and plug a friend of mine's handle.
Oh.
There's a comedian, like you said, his name, Adam Ray.
You're going to plug Adam Ray.
Decent fan of. He plays Vince McMahon on Young Rock and is on the Welcome to Chippendale show, currently streaming on Hulu. He's a great comedian. His tour is filling up for 2023 at AdamRayComedy.com, and his Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, Adam Ray Comedy. That's all you need to know. He doesn't observe Christmas anymore, but that's because his folks split and his heart melted a little bit in the wrong direction. But every year is another opportunity to look inside yourself, to look in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? But more importantly, what do I want to be? That's for you to figure out. Good night, children.
Scoot.
Ow, the lights! Give me a heads up. I've got cataracts. That's what she said.
Oh, yeah!